Okay, so welcome to the February business class, first Monday of the month. And then the next Monday business class will be with Luann Page. She will be teaching the, next month's Monday, first Monday of the month business class. And then I've got a little special stuff for you. Hey, Adam. Hey, Cheryl. Welcome. So wanted to just tell you real quickly about the product of the month, which is Passion. You get 10% off. Normally, a 5 milliliter of Passion is $42, and you can purchase the Passion this month for $37.80. So that is a big savings. Make sure that your new enrollees also take advantage of that awesome savings. If you can get your people to do LRP before the 15th of the month, they're going to, for 125 or more, they're going to get a free lavender touch rollerball. So that is an awesome, awesome deal, because a lot of people use lavender for many, many, many different things. You know, I particularly like it when I'm feeling anxious or when my muscles are twitching. I like it for that. A lot of people use it for seasonal issues. A lot of people use it just to help them calm down and shut down their brain chatter before they go to bed at night. There is an enrollment incentive happening right now, and it's the same one that we were having last month, but I'm just going to repeat it for everybody that may not know about it. For anybody that enrolls with a 100-point LRP, they're going to get a free Red Mandarin. Y'all, that's a 15 milliliter of Red Mandarin. I'll tell you about Red Mandarin here in just a moment. And for people that are, sorry about that, for people that order 200 PV, they're going to get the Red Mandarin and the Serenity for free. So both of those are 15 ml bottles. So let me tell you a little bit about Red Mandarin. Hang on just a minute. Tell me you need to call Safe and Secure. They just called. Red Mandarin essential oil is real sweet, citrusy. So keep in mind, anything that has that citrus blend or citrus oil to it can also be photosensitive, except for green mandarin. All right. Green mandarin does not have photosensitivity. Red mandarin, if you are having somebody that has a respiratory issue or an immune issue like the flu or the cold, a common cold or something like that, you need to get red mandarin in their diffuser immediately. I just put a whole bunch of it on my throat before I got on with you, because with what we just went through today, happened to put our Labrador down today. I have been extremely grief-stricken and very, very sad. And the red mandarins, or any of the mandarins, really melt away that stress and anxiety, and they're very soothing. It's safe for children and pregnant women. Even has been used historically for upset stomach. So, but mostly on an emotional level, putting one drop in a glass of water, instead of having lemon in your water, put a drop of red mandarin in your water, or a drop of tangerine, or, put it on a cotton ball and keep it near you so that you can inhale it throughout the day. Works also really well for jet lag, but mostly to help calm stress and anxiety and help with intense grief and sadness. So I hope that helps some of you. There's a whole teaching on the emotional sides of red mandarin. So I was asked the other day a funny question by a lady that's been an essential oil user for a long time. She was an essential oil user for a very long time. And she said to me, Sheila, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't know what to do or how to do it. And I said, girl, you've been doing this longer than me. What are you talking about? And she said, I don't know if I'm just don't have a good routine set up, but if you could just help me kind of get started and tell me what your daily routine is. Okay. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be long. This is going to be a really long text message. So first of all, it was ironic that she asked me that the other day, because I had a friend that had called me and she was like, Sheila, I'm feeling a little homicidal. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And she was having some boyfriend issues. And so we both looked in the book and we looked up anger and frustration and hurt and all that stuff. And do you guys want to know what it said? It said to use cardamom. Cardamom for those kind of like, I feel like I'm about to have to kill you kind of feelings, you know, and not that she would ever acted on it, but she was that frustrated and upset and hurt. And, you know, she said, I just put a drop on my thumb and stuck it to the roof of my mouth. And instantly it was like, it changed my state. It changed my mind. And I was able to get through those feelings of anger. Like, I feel like I want to go slash his tires kind of anger kind of situation. And she said it just changed her mind. And so I just want to encourage you guys, if y'all know people that are battling anger and frustration and, you know, possibly dealing with those kinds of things, to grab out the cardamom oil. I would have never thought. And to put it on the roof of their mouth and maybe do that 1 to 3 times a day, you know? So what I've learned as far as using oils, and of course, all y'all have your own testimonials. I could unmute everybody and you can have your own testimonial. But what I've learned is that the blends give me the best bang for the buck. So I start there. For example, cardamom is in the Breathe blend along with a lot of other oils. So I drip the Breathe right on my scalp first thing in the morning, 1 to 3 drops in the morning, wakes me up. Helps me open up my mind to receive whatever is getting ready to hit me through the day. I use many, many, many oils on my legs as I get dressed, from the front of my neck to the back of my neck, you know, from the front of my body to the back of my body. And I also take a cup of coffee and I add a drop of cassia to my coffee in the morning. Helps me with healthy blood sugar, helps me with emotions as I sip it throughout the day. And Simca has chimed in and said when she was really frustrated the other day, I slathered cardamom all over my face and rubbed it up my nose. That's good stuff, Simca, good stuff. The other thing that I learned recently was basil oil. Basil helps people that have been through a prolonged period of stress, whether it's a prolonged illness or having to care for a loved one or prolonged anger or prolonged resentment or just, you know, prolonged periods of stress, or they hate their job and they still have to go to it until they retire kind of stress. Basil oil helps restore your cortisol levels. Okay, so using it underneath where your bra strap goes on your back, your adrenal glands sit right on top of your kidneys. So putting it as close as you can kind of to that area. Again, 1 to 3 drops, 2 to 3 times a day to help with that healthy cortisol response. Okay, so I keep oils all over my house to help me remember to use them and to also make it convenient for me. I even have them in my shower. I pray a lot and I ask the Lord to help me. And like, because today, you know, I had to put my best friend down, you know, my Labrador, I had to put him down. I woke up today and I said, you know, God, please help me. I'm so sad. And I still have to get through this day and I have so much to accomplish. And so I asked the Lord to help me know what to do. And it was simply wild orange and bergamot in a diffuser. And so I filled up all my diffusers throughout the house with wild orange and bergamot to help me to be able to, you know, get through the day and have enough energy to be able to get him to the vet to get the shot, you know? So it's just my little routine. And I also have an iTovi scan, and Simca has been gracious enough to offer to help me with this. So I have some amazing news for you guys. Simca and I will be doing a Zyto/iTovi event every month. We will be doing it on the second Monday of every month for free at my house at 6:30 at night. Okay. So if you have people that need to get scanned, they can come and they can get scanned for free on the second Monday of every month. Okay. And what that's going to do, this isn't super important information because everybody kind of needs to know how it's going to work, because I want everybody to have the benefit of hearing another person's biofeedback. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be a public event, and it's going to be first come, first serve. There's going to be a sign-in sheet. We'll start sign-ins at 6:30. Okay. We can only limit it to 8 scans, or Simca and I will be here till 3 days from now. Okay. So we're going to limit it to 8 scans per event with a 15-minute public wellness consult. So what that means is that everyone will be able to hear what the other people's scans said and their biofeedback results, and also hear the discussions in the wellness consultations that Simca and I will perform. So if people desire to have an individual private session, they're going to need to contact me to schedule that. And the private 20-minute appointments are going to cost $20, and they will include 1 oil sample from those people's scan results. So I just wanted to let you know that we were going to start that, and that will be starting, I think I've got time tomorrow night. Simca, do you have time tomorrow night to start? No, next Monday. Next Monday night. Sorry. Next Monday night on the 11th. Yeah, that should do it. What do you think, Simca? Sounds good? Okay. We're going to start it next Monday night then. Okay. So why don't Tammy Fallon, are you still on here with me? Oh, she's off by now. Okay. What about Jenny? Jenny, are you still eating? You good? Can you unmute yourself for a minute and tell us just 1 minute of what your daily routine is?
Yes. Okay. Let's see if I can turn that right. Sorry, I'm on my phone, not my computer. So
no, it's okay. Go for it.
My daily routine kind of depends on what I'm dealing with, but the 2 that I always do are first thing in the morning. I'll do an oil in my coffee or just in hot water. Mm-hmm. And typically what I'm doing right now in my water is the pink, in my coffee actually, is the pink pepper. Instead of taking those drops like the skinny jeans thing, I have the Slim and Sassy pink pepper, green mandarin. I think I did the turmeric in it too, mixed in a jar next to my coffee pot, and I just put 2 drops in that. Tastes weird, but that's what I do. And then I do like the cassia.
What have you seen from it since you've been doing it?
I haven't really noticed anything specific. I mean, I have the same energy. I'm not doing it like I think they were doing the full skinny jean twice a day, right? So I'm not doing the full thing like that. I'm just doing a little because I figured some was better than none. I like how my dog's making his way in the camera here.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We understand. My kids are making their way around me too, so it's all good.
And then I have my allergy roller, which I call my Swiss Army knife because that does everything. That's the lemon, lavender, peppermint, and I add frankincense in it. And I do 25 to 26% in the rollerball. And then it sits on my counter, and I do that all day long pretty much. You know, first thing in the morning, I do it throughout the middle of the day. I had lost it for a while. I give them away all the time, and I couldn't find it, and I didn't make one. And the other day I started having symptoms. And so I like heavily dosed myself with the roller. I took internal, the clove, and helichrysum. And I did an On Guard just in case it was an allergy masquerade or a cold masquerading as an allergy. And so the next day I was fine. And then what else do I do? Oh, I also have a pain roller. The chiropractor told me that it looks like I have the start of bone spurs in my neck. He said, do you have any pain? I said, no. He said, well, your finger's numb. I was like, no. But as a preventative, just in case, because he did show it to me on the x-rays, I use the bone spur blend or a pain blend with helichrysum and deep blue. I have that on my counter all the time also.
Are you also taking the lifelong vitality and deep blue polyphenols?
Yeah, I'm out of deep blue polyphenols. That's on my order this month. I do take the LOV also.
Don't you love how we can get that so cheap when we order the LOV?
I love that. I'm actually might have to order two because my family all take the omegas. So I'm always out of the omegas before everything else. The Terrazon I'm always out of before everything. And now that it's wrestling season, we do the Mitomax. One of my teen daughters likes the Mitomax, and our wrestler likes the Mitomax or Mito 2 Max. So
That's awesome.
blue polyphenols for everybody. But at nighttime, then I do I mix it up. Last night I did sandalwood and what else did I put in there? Wild orange, and I think that was it. Slept like a baby, and he didn't wake up. This is what I was trying to knock out right here, because he wakes up every night at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's awesome.
What can I diffuse in here that will knock him out too?
Amen, sister. Did you try vetiver?
I love vetiver on me, but I don't really like breathing it. It's not
put it on his put a drop on his paw.
Oh yeah, he runs when I bust out the oil because he knows it knocks him out.
Yeah, totally.
He's my daughter's dog, and when he was a puppy, she would put the lavender on him, to knock him out. Her friends would be like, "Did you drug your dog?"
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Lavender. Now you bring out the lavender, he's gone. He's
like,
"I'm
funny.
Not." So you know how the vet said on the wellness panel at the convention that you should bring out your oils and let them decide what they like. So I put them all out in front of him, both the dogs, and he didn't like any of them. So, but I figured sandalwood worked for him because it knocked him out last night. So
amen, sister. That's awesome. Jenny, thank you so much for sharing. I really do appreciate that very much. And
you are welcome.
And I wish I could take everybody's, information and just put it all in this kind of format so that we could all do testimonials like all night long. We should just have like a testimonial class kind of thing. But speaking of classes, really quickly, this is a very important month because this is Diamond Club. And we have a special guest speaker coming to our area, Michelle Ball, and starting on February the 15th all the way through the 17th, she will be hosting Diamond Club events. What that means is that whoever you bring to the Diamond Club events, okay, when they enroll, they're going to be eligible for special prizes and incentives. We're also going to be promoting this hardcore. We have flyers going out. We have lots and lots and lots of heavy advertisement so that people can come to a Diamond Club event and help our team grow, but also help our community get healthy. So you can find all of those events on floridaoilsrn.com, or you can find them on Florida Oils RN on the Facebook group. Okay, just look under events. All right. And we've got things like Naturally Simple Weight Loss, Bath Bomb Make and Takes, A New You, doTERRA as a Business, and I'll be teaching a cooking class on Sunday, February the 17th at 2 p.m. So just throwing that out there to you guys, that we need to make sure that we get new unenrolled people to these Diamond Club events. There's going to be lots of prizes, lots of door prizes, lots of prizes for you and for the new people that you bring. So it's going to be a really fun time. The other thing I wanted to ask you to do, please, is instead of just pushing that button that says invite on your Facebook, could you please send somebody either a private message, you ask them, may I invite you to a class? Ask these people that you've been working on for this whole time, may I please invite you to a class? And if they say yes, then send them the invite in a private message or in a text message, or give them a call, and let them know. Or we're going to have flyers out. Take a picture of the flyer, take a picture of the event, send it to them, get them a flyer, however you can do it. But once they enroll, I think that one of the things that I know that I have been struggling with is follow-up. Follow-up is where you will have the most success. It takes about 5 to 8 touches for people to enroll with you. Okay. So on day 1, when they enroll, you need to have them on your calendar for, let's say, about 4 days, because you want to visit them in 4 days and help them open their kit, because they're not going to remember anything that you've said the night of the class. Okay. You want to help them open their kit. And then once you've helped them open their kit, you're going to want an additional, hey, I'm going to see you again next week. 1 week out, you're going to come back and you're going to follow up with them and see how they're doing opening their oils, using their oils, making sure they're doing it properly, making sure they understand photosensitivity, making sure that they have that, I have my oils now what page. Okay. And if you can't do this in person, do it online, do it on Zoom, do it just like this. Okay. And then ultimately, getting back with them before the 14 days and talking to them about a business. Okay. Talking to them about business. And you can frame it in so much as saying, hey, listen, I'm in a contest, because you're in a contest for your own self to get an advancement. Okay. And I'm in a contest to reach a rank advancement. And in order to do that, I need to go over the business with you. I realize you're not interested in the business right now, but I still need to do it just to get the experience for myself. May I come over again next week? And then you visit them again. And you're trying to look for people that are committed, that are capable, and that are coachable. Okay. And the most important thing that I've learned is that you want to run after people that are lovers of people. Okay. And I'm looking at all of those people right here on this Zoom. Lovers of people. The people that are lovers of people are never going to stop loving people, even when their dog dies, even when their child dies, even when life is hard. They're going to continue to love other people. So, again, invite them, help them out. And if you are petrified of doing your own one-on-ones with people, or you've forgotten how, you need a refresher on a membership overview, refresher on a business membership overview, refresher on any of those. Let's get together, make a one-on-one appointment with me or with Luann or with your upline, and let's go over that together. And anybody that has never had a membership overview or a business overview, and they are part of my team, I am willing to give them a free wild orange for a membership overview and a free lemongrass for a business overview. So please get with me and let's get these people educated, because that's really what sets us apart from everybody else, is just that education. We've got to do that, because you guys, for so long, I was praying, God, if you cannot heal me, take me. Please, God, heal me. Please keep me around for my kids. And Luann answered the call. Simca answered the call. And all of you answered the call. You didn't just heal me physically. You also helped me heal emotionally and financially. There's people out there that are desperate right now, and you may have what they need to be the answer to their prayers. So don't give up, even when it gets hard. Last month, the government shut down, and, we're in a military area and all this stuff. I mean, our numbers were super crazy low throughout all of doTERRA. And I think a lot of people got discouraged. But I just want to encourage you all that you have what is necessary to be able to help people overcome grief and sadness, and to be able to reset their adrenal glands, and to help them get through influenza, to help them get through seasonal threats, to help them with a sore throat or abscessed tooth or macular degeneration. Y'all, I could sit here and talk to you all night long about testimonials, but my 30 minutes are up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the floor to whoever. You guys are free to go if you'd like to. You're free to stick around and talk if you'd like to. If you want to unmute yourselves and maybe tell a testimonial about something that happened to you or something that you saw this week, I want to hear it. That's exciting to me. And everybody else that needs to get off of here, go for it, but please don't forget to invite people to these classes this month. And no, I cannot do them by Zoom. They only can be done in person. I'm sorry. But several of the other classes that are coming up will be done by Zoom. And I'm also thinking about doing the iTovi and Zytoscan event, at least my portion, by Zoom, so that people can listen on how to do a health and wellness consultation. So unmute yourselves. Tell me something amazing. Who used a new oil this week? Nothing? Nothing? Who's there?
I haven't used a new oil this week, but I was going over with one of my leaders, and she has a newborn grandson who has RSV. Oh. And he's like not even 2 months old yet. And so when I was over there, he was really having a hard time, especially trying to eat, because he can't breathe and eat at the same time.
Exactly.
So I put a drop of Breathe in my hand and rubbed my hands together, and I stuck my hand probably about 9 inches away from his face. And literally less than 20 seconds, his airways got clear and he got calm.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm like, y'all need to have Breathe always with him. You know?
Amen, Simca. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I rode on a plane with a lady that had 9 children, and her baby got RSV. And I said, oh my goodness, were you okay? Like, it was an infant, like it wasn't even 2 weeks old or something. And she said, I said, what did y'all do? Did you have to put him in the hospital? And she said, no, girl, not at all. What we did was we took On Guard in a shot glass, and we put 2 drops of On Guard and then filled the shot glass up with fractionated coconut oil. And what we did was we dipped his passy in that On Guard blend and stuck it in his mouth over and over and over. And then we would stick our finger in there and we rubbed it behind his neck and his ears, rubbed it down his spine, put it on the bottoms of his feet. And Simca, within just a few days, that baby was completely back to normal with RSV.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I would be concerned though about the passy because of it breaking down the plastic. Is it?
It must have been so diluted, or it must have been the kind of passy that you could do that, you know.
Right.
But she did it, and she said that her baby was completely fine, and none of the other children, none of the other children got sick also. So isn't that cool that you can do multiple things and have multiple outcomes?
Yeah, totally.
That's super neat. Anybody else have a testimonial? Nothing?
I do.
Tell me, Tammy.
Okay, sorry. I'm in my truck listening. I've been using the yarrow palm for stomach issues I've been having. My stomach issues, I think, are both needing to change my diet along with emotional turmoil I've been dealing with. So almost everything affects my gut, right down to water. It's crazy. But the only thing that seems to calm it and make my stomach feel better is Digest Blend and yarrow palm. And
how do you use it?
I take 2 caplets because I don't know if I can blend both together. So I put 2 drops in a veggie capsule of the yarrow palm, and then I put 3 drops of the Digestin. I don't know if that's too much, but it alleviates my stomach aches and everything else that goes along with the stomach aches, like, you know,
gas,
running to the bathroom, I mean, I can't even keep food in my body. It's really crazy right now. So, but that's the only thing that brings comfort to my stomach.
Oh my gosh, Tammy, that is amazing. I'm so glad you
Yeah.
shared that with us because there's so many people that need to know that. So a
Yeah,
couple of drops of yarrow.
I
Yeah,
can't go a day without taking them.
that's
Or I'm
amazing.
suffering.
Let me tell you, my son came over, just a different subject with yarrow palm, and he had a sore on the inside of his nose, like an internal pimple or something, like an ingrown hair or something on the inside of his nose. And he was like, Mom, this is just aggravating the heck out of me. I've used lavender, I've used helichrysum, I've done this, I've put coconut oil up there. I don't know what the heck is going on with this sore, but I need it gone. And I said, well, why don't we do this? I'll take a little dram of yarrow palm, and I want you to just put a Q-tip in there and get that Q-tip blue. And then once a day, just stick that up in your nose and twirl it around on that sore on the inside of your nostril. And you know, he texted me the next day and said, oh my gosh, that stuff is amazing. I cannot believe that that worked, Mom. I cannot believe it. And then I got one more, speaking of yarrow palm. My dad got this gigantic fever blister. I don't even know what he had, like pneumonia or something, and he got this huge fever blister on his face, and he said, honey, it's just ridiculous. I don't even know what to do. And I said, well, why don't we use yarrow palm? People are saying, hey, it's good for this or that. And so we put a drop of yarrow palm on it, and the next day it was dried up, and 3 days later it was gone completely.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is incredible.
I have to admit, I like to mix a couple of drops of vitamin C and yarrow palm for my face.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny you say that because I started with the blue tansy, you know, the Virage serum. I put a drop of the blue tansy in my Virage serum, so it's blue already. And I started putting I put 3 drops of the yarrow palm in there too for my face. I do the same thing.
I really have to, because with my stomach issues, my chin area has been developing eczema and breaking out, and trying to deduct sugar from my diet has helped, but it's starting to clear up with the help of the vitamin E and the yarrow palm. And then
Tammy, you have to keep
the probiotics too.
You have to keep a track of this, because I'm getting ready to tell you something that was on a Facebook group of leaders, okay, with regards to yarrow palm, okay? Keep track of your periods, because women that are taking the yarrow palm are claiming that their periods are either completely stopped altogether, or
maybe that's why this menstrual, but I'm thinking maybe this is why this menstrual is better.
Yay! But they are like, some women are like, I only bled for 3 days. And some women are like, I had 0 cramps this month. It was like unbelievable. I wanted to screenshot everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a miracle.
You know, that makes sense, because I only get mine every 3 months or so, because I'm on birth control. But every time I do get it, it's like my body has like an extreme reaction to having a menstrual. And now that I'm starting it, it's like everything's calmed down. And I wonder if it's because I've been taking the yarrow palm by veggie capsule.
Girl, let me tell you something. If it helps your stomach and it helps your cycles and it helps your skin, hello. It's a no-brainer for this girl. So,
but I do have to mention the probiotics too. Taking that is helping as well. So, I mean, it could be both. So.
The PB Assist, that stuff is amazing. I love that stuff. Well, I appreciate your honesty tonight. I thank you so much for sharing your testimony with us. I mean, we could just literally go on and on and on, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We have to get this information in the hands of the people. How are we going to do that when we're like, I don't want to be a salesy person. I don't want to be a salesperson. But how do you know that something works this well and helps this many people and not I mean, if you knew about a sale of something, oh my gosh, you're going to have to
Yeah.
go down there and get this or that. You know what I mean? But here we
Right.
are going, hey, I know how to solve your menstrual pain or maybe possibly your eczema issue and possibly your gut problems. We're not, maybe, I don't know. How do we help these people? How do we ask the right questions to get to what it is? You know, like, how are you doing? Most everybody's like, oh, I'm fine. Are you really? Because you don't look fine.
Yeah.
We put on a good face, don't we, y'all?
Yeah.
Good face, right?
I have this is Jamie. I was able to get on like 5 minutes before 8. So 2 things. The whole Yarrow Palm thing totally makes sense now because you were talking about the menstrual.
Yeah.
Because I already have like a very light period. Mine's not terrible, but I always get very bad cramps because I have some fibroids and stuff like that. But and I use the phytoestrogen and that stuff too, and it seems to help some. But literally, it was almost minuscule. Like it almost was non-existent.
Yes, baby.
And at first I was kind of like, is there something wrong with me? Because this is weird.
No, Simca skipped a whole month, and she was just using it topically.
I started the skinny jeans protocol January 21st.
Awesome.
So, and then, like I said, I usually have like a 3 or 4 day period, and it's not terrible anymore, thanks to the phytoestrogen and stuff. But it was really like almost non-existent.
That's fantastic, Jamie. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And
then it's also for another one. There's a little shaving roller blend. It's just like the melaleuca and the lavender for like shave bumps you can use and stuff.
Yeah.
I used it on. I have a roller of it for like bikini line bumps or like whatever. But my face was breaking out all weird on my nose, and like I had like blackheads, which I never get. And I was like, "What is this?" So I put a little bit on a Q-tip and rolled it on there, and it literally pulled the blackhead out in like 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
Because I was going to go to facial because I was like, what is this? This is not like,
that's not normal. Oh my goodness.
You have I put it on there twice a day, like in the morning and at night under my makeup and everything. And like the next morning I got up and it squeezed. It's like a little thing. It came right out.
That's remarkable. You have to post these things. We have to share this stuff. This is unbelievable. I mean, you guys, this is unbelievable. I just love it.
Melaleuca and lavender. And I just like.
Wow. I just want to encourage y'all. I mean, I know that there's an enrollment special going on this month, but let's see how many people, maybe we should do like a competition, like a contest, like how many people, even how many no's do you get? How many yeses do you get? How many no's do you get? Maybe we should do like a texting competition or something. I'm not a big competition kind of girl. However, I do like a good game of checkers every once in a while. I'll beat the pants off of you in Uno. I'm pretty good at that one too. But I, maybe what I'll do is I'll strategize like a competition where we have like even the most no's is going to get a prize. And we'll make like a page or something where we have to share every, once a week, how many yeses, how many no's, and something like that. And we'll have prizes or something along that lines. Is everybody, thumbs up or thumbs down? Is that good? Good? You like it? Okay, good. Okay, well, I'll brainstorm something and I'll come up with something good. And Elena, thank you so much for your comment. She said everybody.
Is it truth?
Thank you so much. You're so precious. You guys, I hope y'all have a fantastic week. I hope you share this valuable information with somebody that doesn't know the truth because, before we knew the truth, we didn't know the truth either. So, and it took somebody special like y'all to share what was real with us as well. So,
hey, Sheila, can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
okay. My daughter's baby is 1 year old, and my daughter, for whatever reason, always have problem with her skin. I think it's because she uses the shower too hot. I don't know, but she always have problem. So after she had her baby, like I say, it's a year old, she had these dry spots, all over her face and neck. Well, one day, whenever I bought my Yarrow Palm, I bought the body cream, and I said, you know what, Amanda, take this little thing with you and try it. The next day, I'm not joking. So then it's funny how
Wait a
we
minute. So
spent,
you put the yarrow palm in the lotion and she put it on the
yes,
spots and it was
yes,
gone?
yes,
Shut the front door.
yes, yeah, yes.
That's awesome.
And then it's so funny because, you know, we are the first one who use it. And then when our husband starts seeing the results, so then her husband, 1 week later, and I told Amanda, hey, take care of that because, you know, it's like gold. You know, I don't have the big one because I bought it from the convention kit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I said to my daughter, are you finished with that? So then 2 weeks later, her husband, just like he doesn't even want to admit, he said, hey, Elena, he was here in my house. He said, do you mind giving me a little bit of that thing that you gave Amanda? I have a dry spot. And I gave him, and he loved it. It works.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it's
great.
funny. It works. Yep. So,
Oh
yep,
my
it's
gosh.
amazing.
I love it. I love it. And those are, I mean, it's just stuff like that, you know, and keeping track of things like that, you know, that's a visible thing. You know, you can't see my cortisol level. You can't see how that basil is affecting my ability to be able to wake up and do the things that I've been called to do throughout the day. But I feel it. I feel it. I feel
And
that.
you know I'm sorry, you know one thing that I tell people, you know, and I'm new at these, but I say anything, any medication for a cold, for a cough, or anything, if you read the prospectus, you don't take it because it's scary, everything that there's nothing of that in any of these oils. So I don't understand why people are so headed to try, you know, and the prices, it's not that bad because, for example, that 30 milliliter of yarrow palm is $99. But you know how long is that gonna last and how many things are going to fix and how many people, if you share, is gonna help. So the
You're
truth
exactly
is it's
right.
not. Exactly, it's not.
Well, whenever I first started hearing about natural stuff, okay, I'll be honest with you, you know, being a nurse, I was very, very, very skeptical. I was hesitant. I was like, yeah, I'm not into that. I don't want anything to do with that. I really appreciate you offering that to me, but I'm good. And I would go to things like, you know, Tamiflu or, you know, Nexium or Prilosec or Prevacid or, you know, I mean, gosh, Tylenol, Advil, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that there's not a place for us to integrate that together. What I am saying is that if you've worked diligently for 72 hours on an acute issue and you are not seeing results with something natural, absolutely go to your doctor and get help. I mean, hello, that's what but if you haven't even tried, like Tammy said, if you haven't even tried adjusting your diet, if you haven't even tried, like you said, you know, well, why don't you try this simple little oil on these spots before the doctor gives you this $10,000 shot that you have to inject in yourself that you don't even know what's going to happen to your liver 10 years from now? Because I don't know if you realize this, but every medication that's been recalled because it's been harmful was originally approved by the FDA. Okay. Exactly. And so you don't know what 10 years from now it's going to bring. It's going to have the problems, you know? And so giving people a choice, that's what I'm all about. Hey, listen, I didn't even know I had a choice. I thought that my only choice was chemotherapy. I didn't realize there's a whole nother world of choices. I did not.
And it's funny. My sister, well, my family, my father, my sister, my nephew, they all, you know, died from cancer. And I went through a lot of cancer since I was 15 years old with my family, whatever. And my daughter now is a nurse working with cancer patient in oncology.
Wow.
But it's funny. I think about my father and my sister and my nephew so much right now since I know about the oil, because when I was there helping her, taking care of those pains, that those things, that morphine doesn't help anymore because they knew, because their body needed. I wish I got, and I'm thinking, man, I wish I had these. Man, I wish I had that.
Yes. Yes.
So I think about them because they I didn't discover that, on time, put it that way, to release some pain, in a natural way. But
I do understand, Elena. I do understand because, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay. And including using natural, including using medication, including getting scans and studies and have to have surgeries and things like that, when parts are broken and they have to get done. I mean, we've been through absolute hell in the last year. Truly. It's been unbelievable. I thank God every day that we survived 2018. And now 2019 is kicking off with a bang.
Yeah.
So, if I'd have known then what I know now, absolutely. I would have been in the same shoes you are. There's probably no way that I could have been a nurse and stayed a nurse because I had to give people toxic substances multiple times a day, multiple times an hour, and it's very difficult though, because people like me were opposed to everything natural. I mean, I'm ashamed to tell you that my diet used to look like, hey, you know what? I don't see, I got a Pop-Tart and a soda for breakfast. That was my breakfast back in the day. You know what I mean? I'm ashamed of that. And I didn't see anything wrong with that, but they never taught us in nursing school. They never taught us while I was going through pre-med about nutrition. They never said anything, nothing. It was all about medicine and chemicals and interactions and watching for side effects and how to titrate drugs and how to do all of these things. And so,
it's funny because when people talk about doTERRA or anything like that, they think it's a business. But my God, what more big of business than medicine?
Amen, sister. I know.
I mean, not only for selling the product, but to give you over and over. And how many people do we know that they are in bed taking 20 medicine and they cannot get better? And when the family say, you know what? And I'm not saying like you say to do that, but she's 80 years old. Let's take all the medicine. And all of a sudden that person that it was in hospital is living a year,
I know,
because of that. So
it's so funny to me because I think about things like, when you have a headache, is that because you have a Tylenol deficiency?
Right.
Is that because you have an Advil? Is that from an Advil deficiency?
Right.
I mean, why do you have a headache? I mean, there's like 100,000 things it could be, sugar imbalance, you're hungry, you're stressed, you're tired, your eyes hurt, you're interpreting my head hurts, is it because your stupid hair clips are too tight? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not because you have a Tylenol deficiency, trust me. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we could go on and on. You guys are awesome. I've been on here for a long time. We're going to do this again with Luann next month on the first Monday of every month. Bring your new people, bring your leaders, bring people that want to know about the business. Let's talk. Let's get real. Let's find out what's working, what's not working. But don't give up, you guys, because there's people like me that are out there that need you. I need you. Even right now, I still need you. Okay. I need you because y'all are still teaching me stuff. Okay. Like that cardamom thing. I still need that today. All right. So I'm still new to this. I've only been doing it for 4 years. I still need y'all. So please don't give up, and let me know at any time if you guys need help. I'm going to shut down the share, and you guys all have my contact information. I love you all. I hope you have a fabulous week.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for recording for me.
You're welcome. Talk to y'all later.